To find out SP, when CP and gain or loss percents are given, these are the two formulas just now explained. So selling price is equal to 100 plus gain percent by 100 into CP, or same selling price is equal to 100 minus loss percent by 100 into CP. Fine. Now let us see a few problems which are related using these two formulas. Rashmi bought a purse for rupees 475. For how much should she sell it to gain 16%? Okay, this is the question. So she purchased a purse for rupees 475, and if she wants 16% profit, how much price she should sell? So according to the problem, first given information is she purchased this CP. Okay, cost price is equal to rupees 475 and gain percent is equal to 16. Okay, whenever these two are given, how to find out selling price? There is a first formula. So according to formula, so it's alternate method, need not to do separate selling price. That formula for selling price is equals to 100 plus gain percent by 100 into CP. So substitute the values. 100 plus gain percent is 16 by 100 into CP is 475. Okay, when you simplify this, 116 by 100 into 475. Now if you try to simplify this, you can do cancellation. 520 is a 5 9s are 45, 25, 95. 10, 58. Again 2 table, 2 5s are and 2 29s. Fine, again you can cancel this 5 table. 5 1s are 45 is 90. And if you multiply 29 into 19, that is the selling price she should sell. That is rupees 551. Okay, rupees 551. If she sell the purse, then she'll get the gain of 16%. Okay. So this is the formula we need to apply whenever the given gain, percent and CP to find out the selling price. Let's see one more sum. A man purchased 2 clocks. Okay, say they are A and B at a total cost of rupees 1950. he sells clock A at a profit of 20% and clock B at a loss of 25%. Okay, one is he sells with the profit and one is sells with the loss and gets the same selling prices for both the clocks. Okay, he sells a clock A profit of 20% and B loss of 20% and gets the same selling prices for both the clocks. Find the so amount he got same, that is for both. Now find the cost price of each one of the two clocks. Now you observe the question here. Purchased clock A, clock B, total cost is 1950. We need to find out the cost price of each one clock. So for example, clock 1 cost price, if it is X, the remaining cost price is 1950 minus X, because both the purchased for 1950. So we can divide the problem into two cases. That is for clock A and clock B. So before that, let cost price of clock A, I am taking some rupees X. Okay, then cost price of clock B, that is, it becomes 1950 minus first clock cost price. This is 1950 minus X. Now you can take the problem into two steps. Yeah, question is this. Clock A and clock B, we'll see now. So in clock A, CP is equal to X. Okay, here CP is equal to X, and here gain, that is 20% gain is sold. That means gain percent is equal to 20. You can see here. So profit of 20%. So profit or gain, both are same. The gain percent is 20. So selling price will find out for this. Selling price formula, 100 plus gain percent by 100 into CP. That is 100 plus gain percent is 20 by 100 into CP. CP is X. That is 120 X by 100. Cancel 5 and 6. So selling price of the clock A is 6x by 5. Okay, let it be equation 1. This is selling price of clock A. Now when you come to the clock B, cost price of this clock B is 1950 minus X. 1950 minus X. but clock B they sold with loss, right? So loss percentage is given in the question, that is 25. 25% is loss percent is given. The same formula will apply for selling price, but in the selling price formula is 100 minus loss percent. Okay, according to formula, 100 minus loss percentage is 25 by 100 into CP. CP is 1950 minus X. Now if you solve this, 75 by 100 into 1950 minus X. So this is 25 3s are 25 4s are. You can cancel. Now selling price of this is 3 by 4 of 1950 minus X. So let be second. Now when you see the problem and get the same selling prices for both the clock, same selling price, that means both selling price must be equal. So that means equation 1 and equation 2 should be same. So first equation should be equal to second. Okay, that implies 6x by 5 is equal to 3 by 4 of 1950 minus x. Yeah. Now this if you solve, you'll get the value of x. Okay, if you do cross multiplication, 24x is equals to 5 3 is 15 of 1950 minus x. Now simplify. 24x is equals to 15 into 1950 minus 15x. Minus 15x, take left side, that is becomes 24 plus 15, 39x is equals to 15 into 1950. Okay, you can cancel. X is equals to 15 into 1950 by 39. Yeah. Now you can solve this. You'll get the value of x. Okay, 3 table, 3 5 is 313. And 13 tables will cancel. So you'll get the answer finally. Okay, 15 into 1950 by 39. If you use calculator, okay, you'll get 750. Because this also get in 13 table. And the 13 and 65 means 150 is up. Yes. So 150 into 5 is 1750. Yeah, directly I did. That is x value. So x is equal to cost price of clock A. So clock A is 750, then clock B is equal to 1950 minus 750. Now that is 1200. So finally cost price of clock A $750 and cost price of clock B. So clock B is 1950 minus x. X is nothing but 750. So 1950 minus 750 is 1200. Okay, so 1200 rupees is the cost price of clock B and cost price of clock A is 750. Yes, so this is the way you can solve. Okay, one more problem until you know. A man bought goods worth a man bought goods worth rupees 72,000. Okay, 72,000 worth goods he purchased and sold half of them at a gain of 10%. At what gain percent must he sell the remaining? So as to get a gain of 25% on the whole. Yeah, so interesting question. If you observe, a man bought goods worth 72,000 and sold half of them at gain of 10%. So half of them already is sold. At what gain percent must he sell the remaining? So remaining goods, so as to get the gain of 25% on the whole. So first half of them 25% he got profit, but remaining at what rate if you sell, you will get the total profit of 25%. Okay, we'll do step by step. So cost price of all the goods is rupees 72,000. You know it. Cost price of all goods rupees 72,000. So desired gain on the whole. So how much percentage of profit is required? That means desired. How much is required overall? That is, I am taking desired. So desired gain on the whole. So overall transaction, you need 25% profit. So if you want 25% profit, actually how much is supposed to sell? That will find out. So desired selling price. So desired selling price. So here cost price is 72,000. Now he required total 25% on the whole. So if you want total 25% on the whole, so what is selling price? What's supposed to be is sell. Now we'll find out first. That is 100 plus gain percent 25 by 100 into 72,000 cost price. Now by simplifying this, 125 by 100 into 72,000. Okay, 2 zeros. 720 into 125, and that is 90,000. Okay, 90,000 is supposed to sell total goods, then only is get overall 25%. But in order to gain 25%, the entire goods must be sold 90,000. That is required. But now cost price of half of the goods, but half of them they is sold already. Therefore, cost price of half of the goods. So total 72,000 means half of the 72,000. Half into 72,000 already sold. So that is 36,000. Okay, 36,000 part is over. But how much he got gain? 10%. So gain is equal to 10%. 10% profit he got. So selling price of these goods, you'll see how much is sold. Selling price of these goods is selling price formula, same 100 plus gain percent, that is 10 by 100 into 36,000, because only 36,000 only is sold for 10% profit. That is 110 by 100 into 36,000, 360 into 110, that is 39,600. Okay, now if you observe, so this part he already sold because half of them is sold, but desired selling price is this, but cost price of the remaining half of the goods is 36,000, cost price of the remaining. Now required gain, so how much extra gain you want, I will find out. From total 90,000, the 39,600 will subtract. Okay, if you observe, desired selling price is this, but already sold 39,600. So the remaining is so selling price of the remaining half of the goods must be selling price of remaining half of the goods. Goods must be, because 90,000 is supposed to sell, but in that 39,600 is sold. Okay, the remaining is 50,400. Subtract. For 50,400 is supposed to sell the remaining half of the goods, but cost price of the remaining half of the goods is 36,000. Cost price of the remaining half of the goods, that already we did, rupees 36,000. So 36,000 cost price and selling price is 50,400. So required gain, so now then we have to find out the gain. So required gain is so this SP minus and this CP, that is 50,400 minus 36,000. Now if you subtract, that is 14,400. So this is required gain. We can find out the gain percent also. Therefore percent of gain by CP, formula. So 14,400 is gain by CP. So CP is 36,000 into 100. Now we can calculate this. $1440 by 36. So 1s are 4s are, so 40. So remaining half of the goods, if you sell for 40%, then you get the required 25% profit overall. Right? So this is the problem we can solve. So according to the problem, we need to take this step and we try to solve. Okay, next I'll tell you how to find out the cost price when selling price and gain or loss percents are given. Okay, now we'll see how to find out the cost price when SP and gain or loss percents are given.